Namisindwa district, just like many districts in the eastern region of Uganda, has for years and years been prone to the natural disasters such as landslides, mudslides, floods, among others, during the course of which a lot of people lose their lives, property, and loved ones. We took a trip to one of the sites where a tragic landslide that destroyed a lot of property and caused the deaths of hundreds of people and livestock. A lot of time has passed since then, but the marks of the terrible ordeal still live on.
This area is a place which is located in Namisindwa district. It is called Buwandiambi. The most common disasters which have been happening in this area are landslides, as you can see on such buildings. It was in August of 2018. There was a lot of much rainy power. It was like 3 days and 3 nights when the incident happened. A lot of rain came and people were not aware of what was going to happen. But before that, people had seen some cracks, but they had not taken any action on that. So the incident happened, houses were destroyed, and even some roads were also destroyed. And people's property was taken. Mostly these plantations and even some shops were destroyed. Because like us students who go to school, the road was divided into two parts whereby you cannot access the other part of the road. So there was no way of going to school.
Mr. Okore Michael, one of the survivors of the incident, lost his beautiful house to the landslides.
In the process of these disasters, many people lost their lives and some have lost their relatives. They have not been in position to see them again.
In this area, we lose a number of people some of them are our friends and our parents. As you see, we can not manage to have education because our parents are not there. After the landslides have occurred, I have tried to find my parents, but I have not found them anyway.
And also it has developed physiological torture and also fear among people, whereby people who stay in some places which landslides have never occurred have fear of coming to such places because they think they may also end.
Before the natural disaster, Mr. Michael and his family were prospering financially. He had been able to take care of his 10 children until the landslide happened.
My name is Okoli Errol. The person who is standing beside me is my dad. He's called Okoli Michael. Within the place where we are standing from, this is Buwandiambi as a village, a district. It is called Namisindwa district. This thing is happening. It was in 2018. It was last year. It came as a result of landslide. That's what I can say in simple term. It came, but there are some people even who shifted. They are not here. Some of them, they went away. They left us still staying here. But for us, we are still persisting and we are still staying here just because we don't have nowhere that we can go. Even right now, what I'm talking, I can't say that I can even shift from here up to any place. Reason being, my dad is not even having anything that he can even say that let us shift, we're going to construct somewhere. Even the way you are seeing me standing here right now, I was on a diploma doing civil engineering. But I've failed even to complete my studies just because he's not having even any single coin in his pocket. I was supposed to finish last year, but one. But right now, I'm just at home, staying at home. And there is no way that even we can shift from this place up to another place. Right now, we are like 10 children, whereby this dad of mine is the one who is struggling to pay for us all school fees. And he's not even having nowhere that he's not even having somewhere that he might go and maybe get some money from there. So, right now, I can't believe that we shall shift from here up to another place. And the second thing is that also the government talked of that it will give us some help, most especially to those people who also face the same problem. But we are not even hearing anything. So it means that the government has even forgotten us. So there is no way that we can even shift from this place and up to another place.
Though he and his family survived, they lost everything to the landslides.
So this house, my muse, that is my dad, called Michael, the one who constructed it. And he constructed, he's not earning any coin from the government, but he used his energy to grow crops such now like onions, such crops like onions, tomatoes, and he had to waste a lot of his money in this house. It was around 60 million that he used to construct this house. But up to today, you can't even stay inside this house because the whole house is on cracks. And instead of sleeping in, we are now using this house as a store of keeping onions and tomatoes. So up to today, there is no way that we can enter into that house and then I will sleep there. It is now a house of keeping onions, and it is the house of keeping tomatoes, but it's not the house of as human beings to sleep there. And even we are still, if we are still even shivering, even let me say, yeah, we are still even shivering that if this rain is coming, if it could come even today, this house won't even be here. And the worst thing is that we are sleeping behind this house. We are expecting that when rain comes, this house might even fall on the other house, then we die, all of us. So that's the first thing that we are suffering from. And another thing, what I can talk about, there are very many people who have shifted from this place to another place. In fact, I've been seeing some of them, and some of them, they have been hanging themselves. That's why even my dad also talked of that thing, but I told him that the God who gave you this house will be the one to give you. So don't think of hanging yourself, as long as you are taking us to school. So there are some people who have shifted from here up to another place. It is true, those ones who are having some money. But now like us, because I remember one time the dad told me that as long as me I have constructed this house, I will never think of constructing another house. So up to today, he's just stuck. He's not having anything. Wow. He does not even have that thought of saying that let me shift, because the children that he's having, they need a lot of money as far as school fees is concerned. Even the government also talked of that you people, you have to shift from here up to Bulambuli. But up to today, Things are just keeping on. You don't understand them. They are not even talking of that thing again. So for us, we are now even blaming the government. Or is it the government that is the one which is deceiving us? Or it is not thinking of that we are not human beings? Or what is it? So up to today, we are not even hearing of that thing that you people we shall be shifted from here to another place. So we are just there, and there is no way that we can say that we shall shift from this place up to another place. That's what I can assure. First and foremost, the thing which is making me to be strong, my dad, the one that is standing beside me, he took me to school, and I can use my brain to survive. Maybe if he could not take me to school, then there I can't survive. But as long as he took me to school, even if I have not completed my diploma, I can use my brain. Or if I don't use my brain, even if to dig, you have to use your brain. But me as Eric, as long as my dad took me to school, I have to survive by using my brain.
It has been almost 2 years since the tragedy. Mr. Michael still has not gotten back on his feet and lives in constant fear of the unknown.
That is now used as a store to store some onions. Use it to store some in this house. So these are the onions that we are keeping within this house to store these onions. They have stayed here for some good time. It is not for only 1 month, but almost 3 months.
Because of the occurrence of this landslide, before it occurred, there was good transport, but as you see, the road was shifted from this side up to this side, and also it created a depression, as you see where I'm standing. And also it removed this road to the other side, and people are just passing on the other side of the road, whereby as it is going to start to rain heavily, we also expect that floods will come and also wash away this road, and people are so fearful and worrying that they will have no way of crossing from their side up to this side. And it is also worrying students who study at nearby schools. The government has to advise these people to plant trees in order that they can help to prevent this running water. They reduce the speed of running water. And also, it has to advise these people, if they see any crack somewhere, they need to take a step or move away from that place and settle in a safer place. And also the government has to provide some safer places where people can stay and leave these places which are affected with the landslides.
The Okori story represents stories of many living in this area who have suffered the same affliction